Hello, it's Alan from ABTS Training Services, London, England. And this short video is really an introduction to starting up a business on agencies or to become an agent. Okay. Now, during the year 2020, we, ABTS, and I in particular, has unbelievable amount of phone calls, emails, contact with me from people around the world. And it's quite unbelievable. Everybody's asking the same question. How can I start a business up in international trade? Can you give me a few tips? Most of them, I'm thinking of changing my career completely. I want to start my own business, and I think an agency would be a good stepping stone for a business. Can you tell me about it? Could you kind of hold my hand and give me encouragement and tell me the facts? So I thought, well, two things. I think I should just do a small video just to get people a kickstart. And the second thing I thought is, well, I think ABTS should, or I should run make a course up on how to become an agent. So I did that. So now this part is just introducing you to agencies and how they work. And as I say, it's phenomenal how 2020 have changed people's minds. They seem to want to go it alone. They want to be their own masters, if that's not too dramatic word to use. So here goes, agencies. Tell me all about it, Alan. Okay, I'll preempt this small video by saying I've been in international 35, 40 years, loss of memory. I've forgotten how long, about 35, 40 years. And I've run along the way some very successful agencies. So with respect and with all humility, I say this to you: been there, done that. So when I talk about starting an agency, it's not that I read about it in a book. It's not that I'm telling you it's the easiest thing and the best thing since sliced bread. No. It's very difficult. It has its ups and downs. But on a personal level, I found it very rewarding. Rewarding to me mentally and rewarding to me financially. So come on, you can't get better than that in life, can you? You know, you're earning some money and you're happy and you feel self-achievement out of it all. Okay, so here we go. Starting up your business as an agency. And what really annoys me, and this is my little beef, what really annoys me is reading these advertisements, and sometimes on YouTube, reading these advertisements about start your own agency and earn $5,000 or £2,000 a month. All you have to do is work 4 hours a week, and all this rubbish. How easy it is. It is not easy. Far from it. I had premature gray hair from being an agent. So please dispel these myths that you read and hear about, that you can start an agency from your bedroom. Devote 3 hours a week or 2 hours a night, and you can earn so much. And you get all these testimonials from Joe Blogs, and he's saying, yes, I am the local postman, and when I come home from work, I sit down on my computer and I can earn $500 or £200 or whatever it is. Come on, get real. It doesn't happen that way. I have a small saying. If you have a bedroom business, it stays a bedroom business. You've got to get out there. You've got to invest. You've got to invest time, energy, and your brain up here. So let's start with a clean sheet. No, you are not going to make a fortune by becoming an agent if you don't know what the heck you're doing. And it's hard graft. So very, very beginning, where do we start? So I kind of put the brakes on here and say, whoa, before you even think of being an agent, get your act together. So the very first thing you've got to think of, and some of these are boring. They're not kind of whiz bang entrepreneurial thoughts. It's boring, laborious things like, where do I start? Do I start as a self-employed person? Or do I start as a limited company? Now, please bear in mind that these questions I'm asking and answering are questions that I'm asked every week. People calling me, where do I start? So that's a totally personal choice. And I kind of short circuit that, and I kind of get out of answering you directly by saying to you, if I were you, I'm not an accountant. An accountant has an hourly rate, and they will give you good advice for just 1 hour's rate. So money well spent. Should I become a limited company or should I become self-employed? Now, I could do a total video on that because I've been both, about the merits of it. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to say that's the first stop in your thinking about, will I take on an agency? Where do I start from a legal point of view, from the taxman's point of view? Will I become self-employed? In my case, Alan Bracken trading as enterprise consortium, some stupid name like that. Or will I be international trade limited? It's up to you, whatever you do. But don't ignore it. My advice is to seek a consultancy with an accountant, and they will tell you the pros and cons from a tax point of view. They'll tell you what is best for you. Okay, so first thing is, will I become a limited company or will I become self-employed? Now, the second one, and it's so vital, this, and people don't give it enough attention. How much time am I going to devote to this enterprise? Forget about the post worker who goes home up to his bedroom and closes the door and works there for 2 hours and makes money. No. So it's vital. You look at your life. You look at your business life. You look at your social life. You look at your commitment to your family. And you say, look, this is serious. I'm not playing around with this. How much of my time can I devote to becoming an agent and running an agency? That is really important. You've got to sit down and think about it. It's like every other business. It's like life, I suppose, in general. The more you put in, the more you get out. If you do 2 hours a week, you get 2 hours out of it. So very, very vital question. After, how do I start up legally, limited company, self-employed? The next question is, how much time can I devote to this enterprise? Now, I'm talking, as I say, I've had agencies on and off for about 35 years. And from my point of view, from my experience, you've got to put in all the time God gives you. It really is. You've got to spend as much time as you can starting up your agency and running your agency. Forget about the bedroom business. Bedroom businesses start and finish in the bedroom. Think about it. How much time can I give? Still in the boring bits, I suppose. I haven't come to where you're going to make your fortune yet. So how much time? Startup costs. The next question I'm always asked is, which is impossible to answer. Mr. Bracken, can you tell me, I'm thinking of becoming an agent. How much will it cost me? What's my startup cost? It's nearly impossible to answer, but I'll give you a rough idea. You cannot start on a shoestring. You cannot start without money. I wish you could. And I would wish you all the best of luck in the world if you can, because you're a better man than I. I could never do that. So you've got to realistically think, how much is it going to cost me, my running costs, to start up an agency? Let's go back. How much have I got in the bank? What kind of a bank loan can I get if I need it? You've got to be super realistic. If you haven't got any money, if you can't borrow any money, if you can't get a bank loan, I'm sorry to be negative, but you've a snowball's hope in hell of starting a successful business. Now, please contact me if I'm wrong, because that's what I want to hear. I want to hear somebody out there saying, rubbish, Alan. I started with zero, with zilch. And I applaud you. You're one in a million, one in a trillion. So let's start thinking about, how much do I need? What do I need? Now, you need very, 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 very fundamental, and you've got to think basics. Don't just go, yeah, we all have that. Well, yeah. You've got to think of, you need communication. So you need your mobile phone, you need your computer, you need Wi-Fi. I mean, just the fundamentals. Okay. And then as you progress, you will possibly make visits to the factory of your principal or your customer base. You're not going to do it from your bedroom. Agencies is very much one-to-one, person-to-person. It's a touchy-feely industry. And you're not going to do it, as I say, sitting in your bedroom. So you've got to think is, how much have I set aside for travel? How much have I set aside for advertising? This is assuming you are not getting free advertising from your principal. So cost, how much? You have to work that out on a business plan and a cash flow. Don't daydream about it. Be realistic. Okay. The next question I'm always asked, I often wonder, do people think I sit down with a crystal ball in front of me or something? Ring Alan and he can give you the answer. I wish I could. The next question I'm always asked is, what products should I be representing? Now, come on. How do I know what products you should be representing? Get real, get a life. I don't know what products you should be representing. You only know that. Okay, there's so many, some people come up with brilliant ideas. They see a hole in the market and they say, oh my God, I've seen a product and this will fit in this niche. They could find it out where they're working. They could be working in a factory. They could be in an office, and all of a sudden they realize, wow, we need whatever it is. And I am going to represent that. So what product you should have or you should represent, I think on a personal level is the most difficult one to answer, because it's entirely up to you. Now, I'm not going to go on and talk about examples of this, but some people, the products will be coming out of a hobby they have. I just give you one example. One young gentleman was into trains. He had a big train layout in his house. That's all he could think about was trains. And for one reason or another, he found himself unemployed. And he thought, hang on, there's nothing I don't know about model railways. So he started up an agency, bringing in tracks, etc., 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 because that came natural to him. It was kind of organic. It was a hobby. Other people are walking along the road and they see something and it brings something to the mind and they think, wow, that is a good idea. So the product is entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. What product shall I represent? And bear in mind also, you can represent a service. You can be an agent for a service as well, but I'm concentrating on products on this small video. So that's when you sit down and you think, what would I like? And I emphasize the word like. What would I like to represent as an agent? The next question is the big one. Will it sell? There's too much, a lot of people, and I like people who daydream in business. I think it's very important, very healthy to daydream in business, but you should have a limit to your daydreaming ability. A lot of people daydream and they will say, oh, that'll really go down well. And they might buy that item from the supplier, wherever it is, India, China, and they show it to their friends. Hey, presto, look what I got. This is going to sell. Wow, this is really going to sell. And they show it to the family. Now, the family love the person. They encourage them. They're not going to say, that's a big load of rubbish. They go, oh, yeah, that's really wonderful, John. Oh, yeah, I think you could do something with that. You could do something with that. Or John happens to like it because he drinks from this beaker and he thinks, I think I could become an agent for these and make a fortune. Yeah, I'll try that. No. What you've now got to do is you've thought of something. You've got this idea fermenting in your brain and you want to bring it on and you want to represent it and you want to be successful. But please put on the brakes and go into the next market research. That dreary word, market research. I find it dreary. I find market research, to be quite frank with you, on a personal note, a bit dreary, but very, very rewarding. So you might like this beaker, but how about the rest of the population in your country? They might think it's a load of rubbish. Not only is it a load of rubbish, but the market is full of these beakers. It's a no-no for an agency. So now you're going to go into one of the most vital aspects, and that is market research. Who else is importing these goods? We're assuming they're made outside your country. Who else is importing? So you go to your government stats. Every country has government statistics that can tell their citizens and anybody who wants to know how many apples go into that country, how many pairs of shoes, how many shirts. So you can get government statistics for a start, and it'll tell you. So you think, well, okay, I think there's a place in the market for me on that, on my initial market research. It doesn't seem to be that the market is flooded. And then what else do you do after that? Well, tell you what I do, for what it's worth to you, what I used to do. I would visit wholesalers. And I'd say to them, I've got this mug here. What do you think of it? Do you think you could actually sell this? Now, one of the best market research conduits is wholesalers and retailers, and it's free. And they look at it and say, well, I like that. I like that. Where's it from? Not telling you. It's from made in China, but that's about all the information I'm going to give you. What do you think of it? Yeah, I like it. Would you buy that from me? Yeah, I would. What do you reckon it'll retail for? I don't know, about £2.50. What kind of prices would you need me to sell it to you for? Oh, 98p. because I'm the wholesaler, then I have to sell it to the retailer. He's got to make his profit or their profit. So you see, you're getting information, unbiased information. It's not your Aunt Sally who's telling you you're a wonderful businessman and these things are going to sell like hotcakes. No, these are professional, hard-boiled business people. Then you go around the shops in your district. And I'm just reiterating what I used to do many, many hundreds of years ago. Go around the shops and you show it to them. Hey, what do you think of this? I think it's wonderful. That's great. So you're doing your market research. Now, how you do your market research is up to you. I'm just throwing that out at you. You know, this simplistic market research. This is talking to people. Sometimes it encourages you. Sometimes it depresses you because you think, oh, I really did think that would sell. And I've been doing my research now for 2 months. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Should I look for something else? You see what I mean? You're not saying, I am going to bring this in and I am going to sell it. Yes, you may. I was very, very, very fortunate many years ago to find a product made in China, sourced through Hong Kong, that nobody had. It was kind of, I found the gold mine that nobody had. And I saw a sample of it in a magazine. This is before the internet, so I can tell you, some time ago. And I thought, my goodness, this is a wonderful product. This is brilliant. So I ordered a few from the manufacturer. Ordered a few. I forget now. It was a minimum order, maybe 12 dozen, whatever it was. I ordered a few. And I did what I just told you. I went around wholesalers. I went around retailers. And it was just bing. Every time they were saying, oh my goodness, where'd you get this? What a brilliant idea that is, blah, blah, blah. I secured an agency, a sole agency. For those, a stockist agent. Cost me some money, but a stockist agent. And I was very happy. I was very happy with it. And when I see this product in houses and places, I said, I bring that in. Yeah, I'm the guy who found that. So there's a bit of ego trip there, making some money, wonderful satisfaction inside. But then I had a couple of lemons as well. They didn't go as well as I did. I didn't take my own advice, basically. I didn't take my own advice. Against all the odds, I still became an agent. And it didn't really go well. It didn't go well. So this is why I'm telling you now, after all my experience of success and some failures, this is the way I figured out now. And this is what I want to help you with. Be realistic. Be realistic about all this. And market research, and bearing in mind, this is before you even ask for an agency. Market research. Once you've got that, you've got confidence. And you'll say, yeah, there is a chance of selling this. Now, I'm going to finish here, but just to let you know what I haven't covered. I haven't covered, for instance, and the next big question always asked is, should I become a stockist agent? Should I become a commission agent? But nobody ever asks me, should I become a procurement agent? So a stockist agent, very, very briefly. A stockist agent is when you become an agent, but the principal, the supplier says, but you've got to stock it. You've got to keep so much in stock. So you've got money. As we were talking earlier on, how much money do I have? If you become a stockist agent, you've got to have enough money to buy stock. If you're a commission agent, you're a go-between. That's all. You're an introduction business. You're like a marriage bureau bringing a man and a woman together and they get married and you get a commission for making their life hell for the rest of their lives. So that's a commission agent is you find a buyer, you introduce the buyer to the supplier, They do the business, and out of that, you get a commission from the supplier, from your principal, okay? And then there's a procurement agent, which is just general. My name is International Procurement Agency Limited, and whatever you want, I can get you. And in that case, you have to box very, very, very clever, because in my case, I was supplying capital equipment to companies, lots of money involved, and lots of money. I had to buy the item to sell it. And I hadn't got lots of money to buy the item for. We could be talking in sterling. We could be talking about 90,000, 180,000, 200,000 pounds. Now, I don't have that in my wallet, in my back pocket in those days. So I had to box very clever. I had to know things like, using transferable letters of credit, blah, blah, blah. I'm digressing, but I just thought I was talking about agencies, but I never mentioned them and how they function. So there you go. That's how agencies work. So I'm going to finish off here. And I'm going to say to you that if you're one of the many people that want to readjust the work compass, I think that's nice, readjust your work compass. In other words, go into another business. And you're thinking of an agency as one way of being self-employed, of running your own show, which I love, because I'm a great believer. I like to make my own mistakes. I don't like to work for somebody who makes mistakes for me. So all I want to do is encourage you and say to you, particularly in where we are now in 2020 and 2021, where people are thinking of, is my job secure? Should I go it alone? And this is why I'm inundated with phone calls. And I say to each and every person, yes, go for it. Go for it. But go for it from a realistic point of view. And hold that mirror of reality up to your face. And don't shun away from it and say, it doesn't matter if I don't know money, I can still do it. Doesn't matter if they are the best beakers in the world, I can still sell them. No, you can't. Okay, so I'm going to leave you. I don't want to leave you crying and weeping and saying I'm never going to start my agency business after Alan told me all about it now. It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life. International trade is a wonderful life. So rewarding. So rewarding. Okay, I'm going to finish. About 3 times I said I'm going to finish, and I haven't finished. I'm going to finish. And what I'm going to say to you now is, because of the outpouring from people about, I want to start up my own business, I want to start an agency, can you help us? I can't help you on the phone. Of course I can't. So I thought the best thing to do is to write a course on it. All the mistakes I made, and hope that after reading my course, you won't make those mistakes I made. Okay, so there is a course called agency course, and it goes into great detail on how to become an agent, what kind of agent, etc., and all the little questions you never thought you should ask. Okay, it's all there. It's all there in our course. For those of you who are interested, go to our website. And on our website, it will show you, there it is on screen. It'll give you the syllabus if you're interested. Or if you want any other information, contact me. I'll be only too happy. I'm not here plugging the course per se. I'm just telling you I wrote a course. And it might help you. I don't know. It might help you. You might want to do it yourself. And all I can say to you is, one way or the other, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. Go for it. But go for it properly. Don't go floating on a cloud of dreams. Because what will happen? You just fall through the cloud. Unfortunately, you'll fall through the cloud. Be realistic. Go for it. And all I can say to you is, well, first of all, thank you for watching my video. And second of all, the best of luck to each of you if you're thinking of going into an agency. And if you think my course can help me, I'd love to welcome you on board. Okay. Cheers now. See you around. Bye.